All right, good stuff. Here we go. We're in Venice Beach. Beautiful Sunday on Venice Beach. This is full spectrum take 4, right? This is a piece of Venice art that's been generating a lot of conversation. And often when a piece of art generates conversation, the dialogue brings a lot of bits and pieces. And I'd like to share some of the conversation that this piece has generated here in Venice, right? We all know the Pink Floyd album cover with the prism breaking the light into the full spectrum, right? So whenever we see the spectrum, we have to remember all of them together make light, right? So this piece here is reminding us we have our energy centers that build upon each other, right? If we look at our right to have, right? That's the foundation of it all, right? Because we are plopped into the world with everything we need already here, right? And then once we're plopped into this world, we can start exploring what we feel, right? And then understand that all of those feelings and those things that are happening to us are valid, right? And then in building, the next thing that happens is you start understanding and recognizing the power in your action, right? Seeing when you do something, it has an effect on the environment, right? So this process of cause and effect is a reminder that we have power in the environment. The next one, this is our right to love, right? Of course, all three of these, Venice Beach. There's always new and cool stuff happening in Venice. Yeah. It's funny, you can't press through and force it to go because the environment exerts itself upon you as well. So I love that these three pieces are just happening right in the moment as I'm talking about your actions, how your actions have power, right? What you do in the environment affects, right? And by the way, these three base chakras, they can go up or down. You could use them for good or for bad. And in learning how to use them, if you learn to use them for good, you have access to love, right? You have access to building and fulfilling your love center, right? So as you come to this understanding, this is where the barrier gets broken to whether or not you get to have a voice and you get to speak, right? So in other words, because these build on each other, if you don't learn to fulfill one, it's hard to get the next one, and the next one, and the next one, right? So speaking and seeing and knowing what are commonly seen and defined as our higher functions, you don't even get to exist in these higher functions until you learn to fulfill love, right? So I like to compare this full spectrum to the piece of popular culture that we're aware of, right? We've seen a lot. The 6 spectrum flag that is commonly known as the pride flag, right? That's the purple, one of the blues, green, yellow, orange, red. So this one is got having and feeling concentrated at the top, right? While removing your right to see. So I like to remind us that all of it together makes light. None of it is invalid. This is the full spectrum. It's just a piece of distinction, a piece of difference from the one we commonly seen. And I just wanted to compare and contrast because these thoughts and conversations are in fact happening in Venice, right? And I think it's cool that I, as a person who follows the way of Yeshua, the sent, right? I can still see the wisdom in this other set of thinking that still brings you to a piece of clarity that I think is valid for us to consider and have. We're in Venice.